I'm Melinda Crigger with True Point Bank. Cheering on local teams is a community tradition at True Point Bank. We are a local bank supporting our local schools, charities, and people. If you aren't banking locally, it's time to make the switch. Stop by one of our offices or visit us online at truepointbank.com. This football season, have pride in our local teams and bank local with True Point Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Biden soils his pants. The playoffs have started and Tester is back after a long absence. Welcome to episode 4.9. Gentlemen, how was your week?
Weeks.
Weeks.
5 weeks or what, man?
You've been to work?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
I've just been busy, man. Hard to make it. I was just.
He had to win a few games before he could come back.
I was waiting for it so I could talk some junk before I come back.
You had to kind of stockpile up some stuff there.
Yeah. Right. But like I said, I told you, it ain't like we lost to Jenkins and Montcalf.
That's true. That's true.
But you have before.
After looking at it.
Never. No, hey, take it back. I'm the only Hurley coach to lose to Montcalf. My first
Oh, when you
season.
went 0-10.
Yeah. God, that sucks. Well, you was probably at Montcalm, though.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was.
well, there you go. That has a lot to
But
do
I was
with it.
over that year, so yeah.
All right, well, we've had a busy time, all this chaos, these games. There's no way possible to keep up with them.
It's like a basketball season.
It is a whole lot like it. But we want to mention our sponsors real quick before we get started. Buchanan Therapy Services, True Point Bank, Southern Gap Outdoor Adventures, Grundy Auto Sales, the Patriot Outpost, Buchanan General Hospital, and of course, BELLACINO'S here in Grundy, Virginia. All right. Fellas, instead of last week's recap, we're going to go straight into our Big Talk segment and talk a little bit about the playoff brackets that came out from the VHSL. And I'm going to run them down real quick and kind of get an idea of who's playing whom. And we'll start in 1A. Our brackets are set. We'll say a little bit about them, and then we're going to pick these games a little bit later on in the show. But in 1A, we've got 10-0 Holston hosting Honaker at 5-5. Up next, we've got Twin Springs at 8-1 versus East Side at 5-4. Those two teams have already played, so this is a repeat. Those four teams are on one side of the bracket. On the other side of the bracket, we've got Patrick Henry at 7-3 versus Twin Valley 7-3. And then we have Chilhowie 7-3 versus Grundy, who's sitting at 5.
3 BDD schools made it after not making it last year. Nobody.
Yeah, that's a big thing. So hats off to
Nobody made last
BDD.
year?
No, not one of them. First time in maybe ever.
But they did only take 4 teams
That's
last
true.
year. So, but it.
They did that play-in thing, didn't they?
Yep.
So, but still nobody made it.
In 2A, we've got on one side of the bracket, we've got Graham at 9-0 versus Lehigh, who's sitting at 4-6. Lee much improved on the season. Union 7-3 versus Virginia High, who's sitting at 8-2. That's a pretty good bracket right there. I mean, Lee naturally is the weaker team, probably expected. Overall, they are number 8, but still, that's pretty impressive.
You know, that speaking on that, man, I thought Gate City was going to be that like they were 4-6 or
Yep.
5-5 and beat Lee pretty good. I think Lee just
But
outperformed.
but Lee come along, like you said, they won 3 in a row. I believe that was the last time we did the show.
Now, that's no pun intended. He's made a lot of improvements, but most of them teams he beat was single A teams. So what you're telling these schools, go schedule these single A teams.
Well, it's been like that for years.
In Gate City.
Well, now the way they determine playoffs, isn't it different than the way the 1A?
Yeah, they don't go by points.
Yes, they do. In the south, in the Mountain 7, they went by power points. In the Southwest, they went by district place.
Oh, okay.
So which is, you look at Ridgeview and Richlands. Richlands is a second place in their district.
Yeah.
And Ridgeview's got to go to Richlands.
And Ridgeview's got way more power points than.
Yeah, they're sitting at 7 and 3.
7 and
Richlands is
3.
like 4 and 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think both districts should be on the same page with it.
I do too. It creates a little bit of confusion there when you don't have it. To be honest with you, in a situation like you're talking about, you could end up with 2 pretty good teams that playing each other in the first round when they should be separated.
Look at this right here. This one should out PowerPoint this one. This one, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Virginia High is traveling
They're
2
third place.
units.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a little bit
So
of
if they
a,
went by PowerPoints altogether, Virginia High would be number 2. Graham would be number 1. I just think both districts should
be on the same page,
Yeah.
get together as a region, and determine these things. I know in the Region 1D meetings, this is something they discuss before the season starts.
Yeah.
All right, other half of that bracket, you got Central Wise 7 and 3, hosting Tazewell, who is 5 and 5.
What'd you say right there, first one?
Central Wise.
What'd you say a couple weeks ago?
I said they would. I eat my crow now. I said
You
they.
did.
I said they wouldn't be in the mix
Who?
at the end, but I didn't even think they'd be in the mix. But well, I thought they'd be in the mix, but right now this is just the mix.
Who's the mix? Who'd you say wasn't going to be?
Wise.
Look, they got to take somebody. They took 8 teams.
You got to take somebody. don't you?
Yes, they beat Grundy Friday. And you talking about playing single A teams. Lord
Richlands
have mercy.
4 and 5, hosting Ridgeview 7 and 3. This is what you're talking about right here.
Yeah.
And both home field in that Division
Yeah,
2.
Not to mention that Ridgeview, I mean, this is no pun. Richlands, I mean, they did last week. They stepped up, proved themselves. I think.
And they're coming off a win
They
and playing at
got
home
here.
now.
But Ridgeview just 2 or 3 weeks ago went over there and beat them 49-14 at Richlands. And then now it's got to go back again. You know.
Gotta go back and
So they do it again.
Gotta go back and do it again.
They better do it again.
All right. Well, that's big. That's big. The playoff brackets are set
And
here.
was that Southwest District? That ain't nothing compared to that Mountain 7's what I hear from the Mountain 7 people.
No,
Mountain
Bob
7's
Willis.
going to walk through the daggone district.
You putting the
the
pressure
region.
on Mountain 7, right?
Southwest District, that's all I hear is how bad they are and that Mountain 7's tougher.
Top to bottom.
It is top to bottom.
Well, let's talk about that. Top to bottom, Mountain 7 versus Southwest District.
Okay.
Who's tougher? You go first.
Here we go, boys.
Take your top 4 in the Mountain
Here
7.
comes some locker room.
Take your top 4 in Mountain 7. Take Abington. Take Wise. Take Union. Take Ridgeview.
But Abington should. They've got 5,000 kids in there.
I know what I'm saying. Take Abington, take Central, take Union, take Ridgeview. Take those 4 teams. Any given night, any one of those teams can beat any one of those teams.
You all cannot beat Abington on any given night this
So
year.
they beat us by
10 out of 10.
28-21, right?
They
We
was
can
up
beat 'em.
20. They let you come
no,
back.
hold on.
They let you.
All right, all right.
They 10
Well,
out of
I'm going to give
10.
you some time to stroke Tony Palmer here in a second. So hold on.
I didn't. I said you all are better than the Southwest District.
No. I'm putting Graham. Graham is head and shoulders.
Look who I've got number 1. We ain't did it yet. Right
No,
there.
hold on.
Look, what's that say?
I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna wait till we get
I'm not saying we
the drama.
Listen. This is what I'm saying. I said from top to bottom, it's tougher. Now, Graham is head and shoulders above anybody in the Southwest.
Here we go.
Throw Graham out. Top to bottom, Mountain 7's tougher. Right? Do you
Yeah.
not agree?
I agree. I'll have to agree with that.
Now, Graham may be better than all of us. They may.
What do you
may
mean,
be-
May?
They may be better than all of us.
I'll tell you what. We do round robin football tournament. Mountain 7's gonna win more games than
Oh,
Southwest
absolutely.
are playing each other.
That's because Abington's got 5,000 kids. They should beat everybody.
Well, I think if you take Abington out of the equation, it still ends up being that way.
I do too.
I really do. I agree with him on that. I think Graham is the one dark horse from the Southwest District that is different. I think anybody, it's just me talking, but I think pretty much any of the top 4 teams, excluding Abington, could beat any any team. Any of the top 4 in Mountain 7 could beat any team in Southwest.
We'll see.
Now I'm excluding Graham. Okay, I'm not talking about Graham right now.
Why exclude?
Well,
They're in it.
I'm getting ready to put that back in there. Now, if you add Graham to the mix, I don't think the top
Can
10.
Abingdon beat Grant?
Yes,
Possibly, yes.
I think they could.
Yeah.
He played 3 times.
Well, I'm
and
gonna
I
tell you
don't know
something.
who's
Hey,
gonna win
listen,
two.
I think it is unfair that they're in the Mountain 7. They're AAA, but man, position, they have 0 weak spots. I'm talking about across that front 5. They run that 52. They run that 2 high safety. Them safeties, them corners, they're well coached and they are solid. You can't look out there and say, all right, we're gonna run it 55 or we're gonna throw.
Yeah.
They're solid. They're all around them solid and well coached. Disciplined.
That's good though. That's a good conversation to have right there.
And
This
plus,
is the kind of stuff people.
not to mention, it don't help when they have, it helps when they have 12, 1,400 kids, whatever they got over there.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it does. But I mean, it's call it like it now. If they were in a district with other 3A schools, you throw Abingdon out of the
You
equation.
throw them in with what, Botetourt and
Yeah, you
is
throw
they
them
in there
in.
with Magna Vista and that bunch, or is that 4A?
It's Christiansburg, might be Magnet, I'm not sure.
Now, when you do that though,
They're number 2.
Hidden Valley, I think, is
Hidden
in there.
Valley's in there. Hidden Valley,
Yeah.
Christiansburg, Abingdon. And right now, Christiansburg.
Well, Botetourt's in there because Abingdon played them
Yeah.
there a couple years ago when they were
Yeah.
real good, and Botetourt got them by just running the football.
Christiansburg 1, Abingdon 2 right now in that.
well, you take Abingdon out of the Mountain 7, and then you look and compare apples and oranges. Now, I don't know if there's anybody in Southwest that could beat Green. Not this year. I don't know. I think they could play them.
Well, nobody did beat them in the
Well, they
Southwest.
play them tight, but I'm not Southwest, excuse me, the Mountain 7. You take Abingdon out of the Mountain 7, leave it the way it is. Can anybody in the Mountain 7 that's left beat Grant?
Yep, right there.
Okay, well, they played earlier. They beat Union 28-27 on the last second play. So I think that answers your question.
Okay.
One turnover or 2,
Yeah.
you know.
And y'all beat Union? I know that
What
don't
was
mean,
that score?
I know that don't mean nothing, but in this,
They had a bunch hurt.
but you got to look at it from that perspective
Yeah.
too. So yeah, I do.
But
think,
every team matches up different.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. I wouldn't want to see. I mean, honestly, I don't want to see.
I'm
Union
just
again.
glad.
Yeah.
I'm just glad none of them teams are in the BDD.
I am too.
Abingdon didn't beat Tommy Crigger and them back in the day.
We didn't get to play them. Now they didn't beat David
They
Bird.
sure didn't beat Dave Burden.
They beat them 48-0. I
Right.
mean, the first play of the ball game, I think David took it about 80 yards.
That was
Is that when Grundy had that good quarterback or that?
That was after they got rid of the other one. and got that good one. All right, fellas. Well, Big Talk. We've got one more thing for Big Talk this week. What's the most touchdowns you scored in a week?
Never played no more than one football game.
Yeah, I never. How many did you do?
Not what this kid scored.
All right.
I know back in November 3rd of 1995, I had 4.
4 touchdown passes. That's pretty
Is
good.
what they said.
4. This kid had 15 touchdowns in the span of, they said 10 days, actually 8 days. Span of 8 days, 15 touchdowns. Now, that did not come in one game. But Twin Valley standout Jacob Cooper had 15 touchdowns. He had 4 against Grundy on a Wednesday night, and then turned around, I think it was on No,
Thursday night on Grundy.
Okay, it's a Thursday night on Grundy.
Wednesday night on Homeacre.
Homeacre had 7 touchdowns against Homeacre. Kickoff return, a 90-some yard fumble scoop, run it back for a touchdown, and then 5 rushing touchdowns. And then he had 4 touchdowns against Hurley on Saturday. Gave him a grand total of 15 touchdowns over the course of 3 games. And those 3 games are all sandwiched in there, like you said, Thursday, Wednesday, and
I
Saturday.
think we opened the door not too long ago and he was still running.
Yeah, he's still running. So that's very impressive. I don't care who you're playing for, whatever you do. So we just wanted to mention that. That was a pretty big headline locally there in the sports pages and everything. With that being said, that ends our Big Talk segment. And up next we have our BELLACINO'S Player of the Week.
Wonder who that is.
Wonder who that is. Mr. Jacob Cooper of Twin Valley High School. Let's take a look at him right here. Jacob Cooper.
All right, guys, we're here with Mr. Jacob Cooper from Twin Valley High School. He is our BELLACINO'S Player of the Week. And man, this kid has actually played 3 ball games in the last 10 days and scored 15 touchdowns. He had a big win over Homeacre on Wednesday. It was a big upset where he rushed for over 300 yards and had 7 touchdowns. And he turned right around and went to Hurley on Saturday and rushed for 235 yards and 4 touchdowns in a victory over at Hurley on Saturday. So congratulations to Jacob, and just, you know, man, you got to be tired. And all that run you've been doing, I watched you a little bit over at the Hurley game, and like I said, the upset over Homeacre was impressive. Then what you come over and did at Hurley on Saturday within 2 or 3 days. And, you know, talk about that a little bit, and take us through this week, just what it's like for you.
Well, the beginning of the week, we knew it was a big game. Homeacre, we only beat them like twice, I think, in the whole entire career. And this is the last home game of the season, and we knew we had to go all out. And I believe that's what we did against Homeacre. We left everything on the field, and we had to turn around and go right back. Had one more game to finish. I was a little bit tired first half against Hurley. We got a little butt chewing.
Yeah.
Locked them at halftime. That's their wake-up call.
It's got to be an emotional roller coaster for you, coming off a big win at Homeacre, upsetting Homeacre a couple times in school history, and then, you know, Hurley. Talk about it a little bit in the first half. Hurley goes up 28-8 on you guys, and I'm walking by the locker room and I hear some butt chewings going on in the locker room. I don't know if that's Coach Ward, Coach Stilton, or who, but what happened to y'all in the second half that y'all come out and started playing better?
We were tired the first half, and then we got a wake-up call and we just took care of business.
Good deal, man. You've actually, like I said, it was just a spectacular playing by y'all week, and just congratulations on this award, man. And I hope you guys get it done in the playoffs. Congratulations, man. Thank you.
Many thanks.
All right.
Good morning, America. I'm Charles.
That is the World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center.
There is a major incident in Lower Manhattan.
We just got a report in that there's been some sort of explosion at...
Good evening, and we begin tonight with the monster hurricane and its deadly impact already. And tonight, up and down the East Coast, authorities...
All right, welcome back to the show. Congratulations to Jacob Cooper, Twin Valley High School, on being the BELLACINO'S Player of the Week. All right, fellas, it's now time for the top 5, brought to you by the Patriot Outpost, formerly brought to you by
IGA.
Out of Hurley. That's exactly right.
You know, you can't beat IGA's meat until the meat market
Came along.
came along.
Yeah,
And now you can't beat meat market's meat.
Can't beat meat market meat. I'd like to see you say that 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look at 1A here. This will be our last top 5 for the regular season, so let's see how it wound up. I'll start out with 1A. My 1A top 5. Number 5, I've got the Twin Valley Panthers. Number 4, I've got the Chilhai Warriors. Number 3, Patrick Henry Rebels. Number 2, Twin Springs Titans. And number 1, Holston Cavaliers. I'll stand behind that. I think that's pretty
Well,
solid.
mine is Patrick Henry at number 5, Chilhowee at number 4. I'm giving Twin Springs some credit. At number 3, at number 2, I've got the Holston Cavaliers, and I'm sticking with it. I said it on the first show. Grundy Golden Wave will win the region championship.
Okay, man, they sure consistent.
All righty.
1A, what you got?
A lot different is. Number 5. All right, I got the Twin Valley Panthers coming in at number 5 after their big upset win over Homeacre, and defeating Hurley on Saturday. I think they're rolling with a little momentum. I think they're going to be tough one for Patrick Henry. Number 4 is Seth Paget's Patrick Henry Rebels coming in at number 4. Number 3, I got the Chilhowie Warriors. Number 2, I got Keith Warner's Twin Springs Titans, and number 1 is the Holston Cavaliers.
Man, Brennan don't get no respect.
No love. No love there. All right. Let's take a look at 2A here. 2A, I round out the season. These are my 2A top 5. I've got Virginia High sitting at number 5. Ridgeview sitting at number 4. The Union Bears at number 3. Wise Central at number 2. And the Graham G-Men at number 1.
Oh, mine's easy. All Mountain 7 teams. All of them. Southwest District ain't worth a dime.
I don't believe that.
Number 5, I got the Virginia High.
That's what I had.
At number 4, I got the Union Bears. I think they're banged up a little bit. I don't know what's going on over there. People don't return my phone calls and texts no more. I think I don't know if they're mad at me or what's going on, but I had my inside scoop. Can't even talk to them after Tester down beat them. They're mad at me.
They went into the hole, buddy.
Wow, you all picked them.
I guess. Number 3, I got the Ridgeview Wolfpack. And number 2, I got the Graham G-Men. And number 1, because they're in the Mountain 7, I got the Wise Central Warriors.
Just because.
Just because they're in the Mountain 7.
All right. All right. I don't know how to argue that.
All right, number 5. I got coming in. Number 5 is the Richlands Blue Tornadoes after their upset over the Virginia High Bearcats.
Some love for Big Blue and the Tartars.
All righty. What's that you always said? You don't want to play them, Crigger. Remember that?
That's right.
You don't want to play them playoff time. All right. Number 4, I got Todd Tiller's the Ridgeview Wolfpack at number 4. Number 3, I got Tom Turner. Travis Turner's Union Bears. And number 2, I got Luscious Luke Owens and the Central Warriors. And number 1 is Tony Palmer and the Graham G-Men.
Yeah, that's show. That's for show.
That's what you reckon.
You're still at the top, Tony.
All
That's
right.
for show.
Quick point on that. Is there a chance that Richlands comes across some of that match cream anywhere this weekend?
If they do, they'll have a
Carter's
chance.
done a good job over there with, with what he's been dealt. I mean,
mix that with some tartar sauce, some boys, that might be legal.
Well, playing at home will help them.
I think it will.
And, I mean,
it's
Ridgeview, it's going to be tough to beat Ridgeview. Ridgeview throws the ball well, but can Richlands beat them? Absolutely.
It's hard to beat the team twice.
Yeah.
And go there and beat them twice. So, I mean.
All right, well, we're going to wait and see. That's going to be interesting. All right. That concludes our top 5 brought to you by the Patriot Outpost. Up next, we have our Stump the Crig segment brought to you by Grundy Auto Sales, as always. Coach, are you ready for today's contest?
I am.
Okay. All right, so what we have, some envelopes, 3 envelopes that's been stored in a mason jar in the True Point Bank vault. And it has been there since yesterday at noon, and they delivered it here today. You have not seen these questions, is that correct?
I have not.
Okay, so the way this works is you're going to tell us the answer before we read the question. And a man has to be truly smart to be able to do something like that.
Outlaw.
Outlaw. Okay, so the first answer is outlaw. All right, let's see what it says. Outlaw. What do you call an in-law after a divorce?
An outlaw.
Very good.
You're welcome.
Very good. You got any? Yeah, you haven't done that, have you? I don't call mine that. But
Get right over here. I got that.
you got another one.
You asked for it.
Do what?
That's the answer. You ask for it.
You ask for it.
This is what it feels.
All right, you ask for it. Let's see what we got. The question is, how do you get it? How do you get it?
You asked for
You
it.
ask for it.
That's right.
That's pretty obvious. That's a pretty good one right there.
Y'all had something going on.
You need this again?
Yep. I gotta go for the top this time.
This one's tough. This is the final question. So this could be a good one.
Crabgrass.
Crab grass. Can I borrow that? Crab grass. And the question is, what do crabs get high on? Crab grass. 3-3, baby. All right, we failed once again. Stump the Crig. Could we? I don't even know. We're not even going to go there. I'm going to say we could ask a bonus question if we wanted to.
I know one thing.
But we won't.
Crypto's up today, boy.
Crypto's up. Good. It is.
Started with $1,000.
All right. That concludes our Stump the Crig segment. Up next, we've got our playoff prognostications coming right up. We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back to the show. It's now time for our playoff prognostications. We're going to get started here in 1A. Gentlemen, we've got Honaker 5-5 traveling to Holston 10-0. What does Honaker need to do to win this ball game?
What's that quarterback's name that Holston's got?
Ezell or something?
First of all, they got to contain him. They got to maintain. They got to establish the line of scrimmage and keep the ball from him. And they haven't changed, but I still don't think it's enough. I still think Holston rolls this one.
Well, it's like this.
What does Holston need to do to win?
Show up. They're 10-0. Nobody's figured them out yet. I just don't see it.
Okay. Across the board, who's going to win?
I'm going to go with Holston on this.
I got Holston as well.
Holston.
All three. Okay, next big game we got. This is a rematch. Eastside 5-4 traveling to Twin Springs. What does Twin Springs need to do to win this game?
Same thing they've been doing.
I think they need
doing what they're doing.
I think they need to run first, pass second.
If they're running the football successfully, they win because they can throw it. They're going to raise up and throw it, and hit a big pass play.
Plus, they got that red wave going.
That's right.
Yeah,
Go
Red Army.
Big red.
When they go in there, all that big red army.
It says, ain't what they do. Go big red.
Well, that game wasn't a blowout last time though. But I think the crowd atmosphere and it just seems to be Twin Springs time.
Well, how did Tom Walker do what they did to East Side?
I don't know either. That's kind of got me a little bit puzzled as well. But Tom Walker played Twin Springs close.
Yeah.
But I think in order for Eastside to win, they're going to have to be able to stop the run and force Twin Springs to pass all the time.
Yeah.
And I just don't think they can do that. Across the board, who you got?
Twin Springs.
Twin Springs. I got Twin Springs. Twin Springs. All three of us. Okay. Next, we got Twin Valley 7-3 traveling to Patrick Henry 7-3. What does Twin Valley need to do to win this game?
Seth Padgett and see if he's got his players back or whatnot.
Give the ball to Cooper.
I think Cooper's got to get his touches.
And don't throw it.
And there you go. I do think they need to be able to throw the ball a little bit more because
don't throw it.
PH is going to load the box up on it.
That's what the comment I made.
So did everybody else.
I think Twin Valley's going to have to throw a little bit, and I think PH is going to have to limit Cooper.
Well, I've got the inside. They're not throwing the football. They can't throw it to win this ball game. And I know,
No, I don't think
I know McLovin, McFlure, and all them's out. What's his name? That running back McPhail tore his ACL is what I heard. I mean, that's a rumor.
Yeah, he's
But
out.
he ain't been playing.
Yeah.
And they got a couple linemen out of here. I mean,
This could be the first. This is if Twin Valley wins, it would be their first playoff win, school history. They do have some momentum coming into this game, but PH is banged up. But they are hosting the game. PH has been in a couple of these big games the last few years, so some of their kids, their younger kids, have experienced this playoff atmosphere. So you got to give them the edge in that one. It's going to be close, I think. Across the board, we got.
It's going to be hard to go.
I'm going to go,
It's going to be hard to go into PH and play.
I'm going to go with Patrick Henry.
And, for Twin Valley. But I think they overcome all that. And
All right, I'm going with Twin Valley as well. I think they just got something happening going right now, and maybe they can keep it going for another week. Who knows? I think it'll be a good game to watch. We're going to load up the pep bus and head that way. All right, next we got Grundy at 5-4, traveling 2, Chilhowie 7-3. What does Grundy need to do to win this ball game?
Give it to Ian 40 times.
All right, I think that's
Keep the
going to
ball
happen.
from him.
I think, keep Chillhowie's offense off the field, which is what Grundy does very good, but that means Scammell's going to have to carry the ball 40 times.
I think they're going to have to do a little bit more than that. Jeff Robinson ain't no idiot. He's going to be prepared for that. And I think that Grundy will have to maintain some other source of offense to win this football game, whether it be throwing the ball, whether it be coming up with something else. But I think they're going to put the ball in the air a little bit and allow Chilhowie to sit up there with 10 in the box.
If I'm Chilhowie, and I don't know how many other coaches have done this, and maybe you guys have commented on this, I'm locking up man with those receivers out there, putting 8, 9 in the box, and I'm going to stack it on the run there, because Grundy is not going to pass the football.
No.
I mean, and when they do, take
pass.
your chances. Well, that little halfback passes, it may come at you every now and then, but like you said, I think Coach Robinson is going to be waiting on that. This is going to be interesting, though. Across the board, who you got?
I think Grundy's got too many banged up right now. They lost the big loony kid. They lost the middle linebacker, Jacob Stiltner, and the Deal kid got hurt the other night. I think they got too many injuries to go into Chilhowie and pull this off. I think Chilhowie wins.
Okay. I'm going to agree with you on that. I might have went with Crigger on this one, but the injuries has now got me concerned.
Definitely me too. I would have went with Grundy. Grundy, I think, could win the region if they didn't have those injuries.
I think they're a little bit banged up, but controlling the clock is going to be key for them. But I'm going to go with Chilhowie as well. Who you got, Coach?
Grundy Golden Wave Bulls. I think they keep the ball from them. They already scrimmaged, and it was kind of a close scrimmage. But, I mean, Chilhowie's going to be prepared.
Yep. All right. So it comes down to that. Then what we're calling here is we believe it's
The
going to
wrestlers will be in the gym on Monday.
Yeah. Okay. So
Some of them.
So we're saying we're going to see Holston and Twin Springs square off, and we're split on who's going to square off on the other side. But our numbers are saying Twin Valley and Chilhowie on the other side of the bracket. At least the way we're firing it out right here. Could be interesting to see how things play out. All right, real quick, let's take a look over here at 2A bracket, see what we got. We got Lee 4-6 traveling to Graham 9-0. I got to hear this from Crigger. Crigger, what does Lee have to do to win this ball game?
Stay on. Is that a win-win situation? Don't get on the bus.
Tony's team suspended.
Yeah, but he'd have to.
I'm going to Graham G-Man.
Okay, Graham. What does Graham have to do to not let this one, not lose their focus on this? They should win this ball.
They will win this ball game, but a lot of respect for Joy Carl and what he's done at Lee. He's got them playing again.
Oh yeah, they're playing good, but he's
done a good job, but he's outmanned, and he's not going to win this ball game.
Well, Lee's got to try to find a way to get some more victories, games within the game here. see how many stops you can get. See if you can make them punt a few times. See if you can get a first down or two. Maybe get in the end zone or something like that. I do think Graham's got them across the board. What do you got?
Graham.
All right, Graham. All three of us. All right, next. This is a big game here. Virginia High traveling to Bullitt Park. Union 7-3. What does Virginia High have to do to win?
They got to establish the line of scrimmage of Union's big front. They got the big Jervis kid and all that. They got to be able to run the ball and control the clock. Depending on Union, man, I don't know if they're going to be in that T or that spread, but like I said, their defensive front's pretty hard, pretty big, pretty physical. So I think they got to find a way to establish the line of scrimmage. Virginia High does.
If I'm Union, I'm thinking, I'm not sure how big Virginia High is. I know they got a lot of speed. I always believe you run at speed.
Yeah.
You run right at it, so I expect them to line up that tee and just hammer it home. But I think that's what they need to do to come out.
Union does a good job. They'll be in the tee one set, and they'll shift from the tee and go spread, and he does a pretty good job at it.
What are your thoughts?
Union can't get into a scoring match with them.
It won't be.
That's what I mean. And if I feel like they control what Union does, Lomax and Satterfield, and I think they win the ball.
But hats off to Coach Patterson. He's done there, but I just think Union has too much for him.
All right, so across the board you got
Union.
I've got Union. All right. So we're calling it right now. We're going to say it's Union and Graham. Super rematch is going to be a good one there in the semifinals of the region. All right, up next we got Tazewell 5-5 traveling to Wise 7-3. What does Tazewell need to do to win this thing?
Same thing Lee does. So whatever we said about that.
I think Tazewell needs to throw the ball.
Well, they're going to.
Yeah, I think they need to throw it. I think they really need to stick to the game plan.
Con Patterson will have his basketball players on Monday.
Yep.
I think Tazewell was real. They're scary.
Gosh.
They got so many good athletes, man. I think we got to control the football, keep the ball away from them, don't give them.
Didn't y'all play before?
Last year, that's a whole different thing. But we just got to keep the ball from them. Don't
Well,
allow
just
them
say-
any opportunities. Keep it in front of us.
Yeah.
Tackle.
Yeah,
keep it in front of us.
yeah.
We can't let it get behind us. So.
When I said they need to pass the ball, I can agree with that statement. I can also go against it because if you guys start grinding it out,
The thing is,
we must get pressure on the
yeah.
quarterback.
now it don't matter what Wise does on defense. I don't even know why y'all talking about what they do on defense.
Who?
Tazewell can't make Wise play behind the stick, so therefore it will. I don't even know who cares if Tazewell scores.
they won't have. They'll have to pass.
That's
they won't
right.
have any choice.
I mean, Tazewell cannot make Wise play behind the sticks. You cannot beat Wise if you don't make them. If you don't get them in third and long, I mean, you can't beat them. Nobody will beat them. You have to get them in third and long to beat Wise Central.
All right, across the board, who you got?
Go with the Warriors.
I've got Wise as well.
Wise.
All right, all three of us. All right, last game on the docket here, we have Ridgeview 7-3 traveling back to Richlands 4-5. Richlands, interestingly, a 2 seed because of not rating points because they finished second. What does Richlands have to do to win this game?
Sage Webb's going to have a big night.
I think
Offensively and defensively, and I have some stats that I come across on Sage, and I think in 4 years he has almost close to 6,000 all-purpose yards in 4 years. That could be wrong. I'm just guesstimating what Mance had, and I don't know what he really has this year, but he has almost 6,000 all-purpose yards. He holds a couple school records from kickoff returns to other stuff, and I said he has to have a big game for Richlands to have a chance to win this ball game. And but again, Cox and the Brown kid, Dylan Brown, they're going to have a big game to go along with it because it's going to be tough to beat the Wolfpack. But they get to play at home, and they're coming off a win.
I think it's one of the things they have to have is the home game. So they got that.
They got that.
Check that box. They've got that. But they're going to have to be able to stop the passing game of Ridgeview consistently. Ridgeview's going to continue to do it.
They're going to have to get pressure.
He must get the ball in Webb's hands, these playmakers, and let them play. And like you were talking about Ridgeview. Ridgeview does a really good job in their passing game, and they got
to get pressure on them.
Got to get pressure on them. Big blue wind machine, tornado, fan base must come out ready to rock to get this game. They got to have their 12th man, but I don't think they can pull it off. I think it's going to be a tighter game. I think maybe a 2-touchdown game. You know,
Mance Cream has to find it.
I'm gonna go with the Wolfpack.
Okay, I've got the Wolfpack as well in a closer game. What you got?
Richlands can pull it off, but Ridgeview's been too strong this year passing the football, and when this day and time in high school, if you can throw the football, you have a great chance to win a football game. I'm going to go with the Wolfpack.
What's what you always say, though? You got to run the ball in December to win.
I don't say that.
Yeah, you do.
I believe that.
There you go.
Wise has to.
I believe that. I will say this. We'll ask this question. Of the 2A games, if there is one of these games that is red flag for an upset alert, which one would it be? I think it's this one.
Yeah, that one.
I think this is the one that could be red flag for an upset.
I don't know, Lee and Graham.
We're not taking this much lightly.
Well, I know you're not taking it lightly.
Yeah, they are.
In 1A, is there an upset alert game over here?
No.
No upset alert game.
0.
All right.
Well, I guess it is to you, because you all picked Twin Valley, so if PH wins, that's an upset.
I think Doug Hubbard's going to come close.
Well, I think East Side would be an upset. But I don't think it's...
Well, they play each other all the time. That's a district game, so is that really...
That's true.
I mean, they know each other.
Yeah. All right, well, that's all the picks we have. That's what we, according to our prognostications, that's what you're going to see happen. So hopefully we come back here, we'll see how accurate we are. Get in touch with the semifinals next week's show. Got anything, any parting shots or anything, Coach, you want to say?
Good luck to the Bucko schools.
Yeah, good luck to all local schools, Buchanan County schools. Anything for you?
Go Warriors.
All right. Until next time. I'm Coach Tester. I'm Coach Moore.
I'm Coach Crigger.
I started to say I was Coach Tester. I'm Pistol. I'm Coach Moore reminding you. What was I going to remind them of?
Something about Joe Biden.
Joe Biden,
Don't get yourself.
Forget about it. See you next week.